Hey everybody, wait, don't cheers yet. We have to explain what we're cheersing with. Happy Saturday. We're sorry that we weren't here yesterday on Friday, but we were busy going to Vancouver. And then yesterday I was in a dance performance at the fair. But now we're cheersing with these Canadian cocktails that Eric has invented. And what is in this and what is it called?
Well, let's cheers first and then try it, and I'll tell you.
All right, okay. What do you call it?
I call this the Cole Harbor.
The Cole Harbor. Okay, what's in it?
It is.
For those of you who don't know, Cole Harbor is a waterfront destination in Vancouver.
Yes, it's similar to a Manhattan, except instead of sweet vermouth, Canadian maple syrup.
From Canada too. We have the little maple bottle to prove it. I like it. It's a little bit sweet. I really enjoy the maple flavor. Now this is wild turkey bourbon that you've used, right?
Yeah.
So we're using, the most American of whiskeys. Maybe there's a more American whiskey, but I don't think that it gets more American than wild turkey.
Yeah, I guess if I was really doing a true Canadian drink, I'd have some kind of Canadian whiskey, but frankly, I don't like Canadian whiskeys.
So it's like North American fusion that we've got going on here.
It's a Cole Harbor. Is what
Okay,
it is.
I like it. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
And I could use less maple syrup if we didn't want it as sweet.
Well, it's a good try. Maybe a little bit less, but yeah, it's a good drink.
Basically, it's the same amount of maple syrup that replaced the sweet vermouth.
Okay. Well, maybe the syrup is a little sweeter than the vermouth.
It seems like it is, but I like it.
Yeah, it's good. I like it too.
I don't know that it's my new favorite drink, but Cole Harbor.
I'm going to enjoy this one.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do a 1-minute market update, and then, we're sorry guys, but we're going to share some pictures and stories of our trip to Vancouver.
We're going to show you slides of my boyhood trip to the Grand Canyon.
Please try and stay awake. Okay. All right, here we go. And are you ready for a market minute? Okay.
Yes.
Let me turn on the timer and go.
Okay, so this past week in San Diego real estate, the number of homes for sale plateaued. It went down just barely because there were quite a few less new listings, mostly probably due to the 4th of July holiday week, and then pending sales also took a dip, however, remaining above the baseline that we've seen for the past few months of 450 a week. So we will see what happens next week if new listings bounce back up and pending sales stay low.
Pending sales?
Yes, we will have an increase in homes for sale. If not, then homes for sale is plateaued, and that may be the case for the rest of the summer. We don't know. Interest rates were up just a bit last week, so that's not great. Hopefully they go down next week because lower rates give buyers more buying power. And that's what we want to see. But it does appear things have plateaued for the moment. So that's what happened this week in San Diego real estate.
Oh, well, surprise bonus. There's another slide with the new price data. It includes the median price for June, which just came out.
Oh, I didn't know that was there.
Well, I didn't tell you, but it's a surprise.
Okay, so it's a surprise. So before I click onto that slide, I'm going to predict that median price in June was either stagnant or declining.
Well, let's see.
And I was wrong. Oh my God, was I wrong? Look at that. Holy jeez.
It's 950 even.
Oh my God. And that's combined, attached, and detached.
Yeah, it's all properties.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the feeling that I was getting on the street the past few weeks, actually wrong. I was expecting this to flatten or decline like it did the month before, but we have taken another steep step up. OMG, here we are. Higher median price. What are you going to do? And that was definitely more than a minute, but
that's okay. Like I said, it was a bonus. All right, so we'll do this, and we're going to talk about our trip to Vancouver, which I think I already mentioned. We had an excellent time, and it almost didn't happen. Do you want to talk a little bit about how it almost didn't happen?
Oh my goodness! So last weekend in the media. You may not have been paying attention because you probably didn't have any flights booked in Canada on WestJet.
WestJet.
We did. We had a flight from San Diego to Vancouver booked on WestJet, and it was supposed to be Sunday at 1 p.m., and it was going to be a 3-hour flight to Vancouver, and that
convenient,
was that. That
direct
was that.
flight.
Well, on the 29th, apparently this has been brewing for weeks, but I'm not paying attention to the Canadian labor news.
I'm sure you won't make that mistake again.
No, I'll pay close attention from now on. But on the 29th, the mechanics said, we're going on strike, eh? And the reason they're doing it, they did it this past weekend, is because the 1st is Canada Day, and that's like, Canadian Independence Day, like our 4th of July, similar. And so the mechanics union was apparently going for maximum damage, maximum effect, maximum visibility. And it certainly screwed us up because all day Saturday, I was looking at our flight because all day Saturday.
If they canceled, and they were canceling a lot of flights, the majority of the flights.
Hundreds of flights.
Yeah, and if they canceled the flight, then we could get our money back. But if we canceled and decided to do something different, then we would just get credit for another flight on WestJet, which we didn't want.
To use within a year.
Yeah.
So basically, I was spending all day Saturday refreshing because the flight from San Diego to Vancouver on Saturday, the 29th, was canceled.
We even missed Rob's party, which I was bummed about.
We missed Rob's party because we were busy jerking around with this travel
WestJet stuff.
Right. So I kept looking at the flight to see when it would be canceled. I'd called Travelocity a number of times. I tried calling WestJet, which didn't ever get us anywhere.
No.
So I had an alternate plan, but I could not book and pay for it until I knew that I could get money back from the WestJet flight, because I didn't want to be out, that much more money on flights. Anyway, had everything queued up, and as we were waiting, the flights the only alternative was to fly from here to Seattle. And I mean, I checked John Wayne Airport, I checked LAX, I checked Tijuana. I was looking for a flight to Vancouver.
So you were desperate.
I was looking for a flight to Vancouver the next day, and there was nothing less than $5,000 for all 4 of us to go one way. So I looked, and I finally figured out Alaska Airlines from San Diego to Seattle, and then the train from Seattle Airport to the north part of Seattle, where we would get a bus, Flix bus, somehow parented by Greyhound, bus to Vancouver. So a 2.5-hour flight to Seattle, a 1-hour train ride to North Seattle, and then another 3-hour bus ride from Seattle to Vancouver.
And there were a couple of other train rides in there too.
It was. I mean, that makes it sound easy because it was freaking tough.
And with the whole crew, and the luggage and stuff.
We're like dragging our luggage through the streets of Seattle.
Like weird tunnels and tall stairs.
And this bus stop, the bus, it wasn't a bus terminal, it wasn't a bus station, it was just on the
corner,
sidewalk somewhere. So we're schlepping all our stuff, and I've got my CPAT machine. It's just all of our crap. And ultimately, we arrived at the front desk of our hotel in Vancouver roughly about the exact same time we would have had we taken that original flight, only instead of traveling for 3 hours, we'd been traveling for about 12 hours at that point. But we did get there and got to start our trip, so that was good.
It was quite a slog, but we made it. So now let's look at some pictures of our trip.
Yes.
And I'm going to try and keep this as concise as possible because we've already talked about, I'm not sure how much people want to hear about our vacation, but we're gonna share some pictures.
I don't really care.
Okay. So this is from the window. Well, I mean, they could always just go watch somebody else's channel. So, I mean, I guess
you
for that,
could go
we hope people enjoy it.
No, I do care. I want you guys to, I want people to enjoy our escapades.
Right. We want to share our journey with folks, and we hope that, it's somewhat interesting.
Yes. And what was I going to say?
Well, you'll think of it.
Yeah.
So this is the Canadian flag from the bus window, and this was when we knew that, we were actually getting to Canada.
In Canada.
Yeah. And that night we ate at this Italian restaurant. John has a plate of clams here. It looks like you're sampling John's some of John's clams. This was at what was the name of this restaurant?
Zeffirelli's.
It was good. Yeah,
Delicious.
It was very refreshing and delicious. Then the next morning was Canada Day. So we went to the Canada Together celebration at Canada Place right on the waterfront. First place we hit was Tim Hortons. We had to go there because, we like to watch Trailer Park Boys. I don't know those of you who've seen it. They're always going to Hortons.
It's a Canadian institution. It's like Winchell's Donuts here.
It's good. They had them everywhere, too.
Oh, yeah.
This was the Canadian maple, which Kurt had also said he enjoyed. So, yeah, that was good. Okay, here's a little... Well, okay, here's some actual... And there, I don't know if you want to hear the noise or not. I'm going to turn this on for folks. So, let me refresh this. we can't hear the noise, but there is noise, and it's crowd noise and music and stuff.
This
So.
is what Canada Day looks like at Canada Place in Vancouver. It was a very tasteful celebration. Canadians just walking around and enjoying the waterfront and the music. Didn't appear to be any alcohol served in this
So we were in Canada on Canada Day, and then in America on Independence Day. So that was exciting.
Yes.
There's just a still shot. There's the crew.
A rare picture. We're gonna go back. This is a rare photo of all four of us.
Not everybody always wants their picture taken.
No,
so,
most.
but, yeah.
So there's one of us, in particular.
Anyway, there's the whole crew.
There we are.
Okay, so on the waterfront, I think this is the Disney Wonder, but we saw several cruise ships come and go.
We're just cruise ships coming and going.
Yeah, there's.
And this building on the right, as they call it, what do they call it? Sail something, because it's. Shaped,
I don't know.
It's yes, they call it something about sails.
All right. Well, it does look like a sail.
Yes.
That's not a very good shot.
This is Cole Harbor.
Oh,
right
Cole
here.
Harbor, yeah. After which the drink is named. There will be more Cole Harbor shots.
And it's a seaplane port as well.
Oh yeah. Now I grabbed this video real quick, and I think this might be the one where the seaplane doesn't actually take off. They're just kind of floating around. I couldn't find the one. I have one with a seaplane taking off, but I don't think this is it. All right. So more Cole Harbor. Cole Harbor.
Bike. Now, see, this was a bike path along the waterfront, and there was a walking path. But because it was Canada Day, there was just crowds, throngs of people. And there was some bicyclists that were out, I guess, trying to do their normal exercise, and they were getting kind of pissed off that there were so many people on the bike path.
Yeah, some of the bike people, or some of the foot traffic was confused.
But Vancouver definitely has a lot of dedicated bike lanes.
Yes.
I did notice that.
Oh, okay. So these pictures are a little out of order because, well, they just are. But a couple things we wanted to try were Donaire's and Poutine. And this was the Donaire place, and there will be a picture of the front of it in a minute. But this was a very authentic place, and here's John with his Donaire.
Well, and for those of you that don't know, a Donaire, if you've ever been to the kebab shop here in San Diego, they call them Donaire, Doner. It's basically just a gyros. It's a gyros.
I had the falafel, which was delicious, and then you guys seem to enjoy the
It's one of
Donaire's.
the best falafels I've ever been into. And of course, I wore my Triumph shirt in Canada, which it seemed like very old men were giving me the nod, but nobody else seemed to know what I was doing with that.
Okay. This lovely waterfront sculpture here, I forget the name of it, but I'll show the plaque in a minute. So it looks nice, right? Like little wheels and spokes turning. Lovely, right?
I was impressed with it, yeah.
Well, here's what it is.
The artist
It's
concept.
Structural elements of this sculpture have a visual relationship to the lungs and bronchial airways of the human body. Airborne asbestos fibers bear a close resemblance to rotating spokes on the wheels. It's a lung full of asbestos.
Yes, that's the sculpture.
Yeah, it was lovely. A little bit, I thought
Kind
a little
of a downer.
a bit of, yeah, but
it's all right.
take the good with the bad, I guess. All right. Oh, here's another.
They're raising asbestos awareness with that sculpture.
Yeah, another Cole Harbor shot with a cruise ship. So we went to a sushi place. The sushi was good. The experience was a little bit odd here and there. Yeah, but the sushi was delicious.
It really was good. Very fresh fish. Delicious sushi. The confusion came when right when we first sat down, right after we ordered a bunch of stuff, and then the waitress came back with a bamboo basket full of edamame, soybeans. And she said, or she kind of muttered, compliments of the chef.
So we figured they were complimentary, like chips at a Mexican restaurant.
Right.
Or,
so she brought them. We ate
bread at the Italian place.
And then later on in the meal, she brought another basket of edamame, and we were like, oh, great.
It's like, they're bringing more bread at the Italian place.
So we started eating those, and then somebody else came over and they said something to each other in Japanese, and then they realized that those weren't for our table, and they took them back.
And they sort of seemed to chastise us because we hadn't ordered them or something. And it was confusing.
They asked us if we'd ordered them, and I said
no. They said you didn't order these. I think it was a statement and not a question.
And I was like, no, you brought them to the table, and what are we supposed to do?
Right. I think they should have just left them because they shouldn't have served them to anyone else.
In the restaurant world, if you're a server and you set something down on somebody's table, I mean, that's it. It's on the table. You can't take it back and serve it to somebody else.
I don't think you're supposed to.
No. Anyway.
All right. Anyway, yeah. Moving
Other than
on.
that, it was good.
Oh, we went to
dessert.
this. They had like both torches and dry ice or liquid nitrogen. Yeah. They were making ice cream concoctions. I had the creme brulee, and John had this
s'more
thing. Yeah. Oh, and then we went to the Pancake Place. This is the liquor pancake. Well, this was the next morning. So somebody had to order it. This is a shot of rum, and this is some maple syrup. It was good.
Now, see, this is how they serve. It was a Dutch breakfast place.
Oh, yeah, the Dutch pancake
place.
place.
This is how they serve pancakes in Holland. If you go to Holland, they put, if it's a sweet pancake, there's fruit or whatever on top of it. If it's a savory pancake, they throw the eggs and bacon right on top of it. And for some reason, Canadians enjoy slices of tomato on the plate with their breakfast.
So I think this is from, we did a
harbor thing.
A harbor boat tour. It was one of those paddle boats that looks like a steamboat.
It's basically just like the hornblower cruise you do in San Diego Bay.
Another cruise ship. Oh, and this is going to be a video.
It was really, the scenery was breathtaking. Vancouver's a beautiful city, very clean. Everything works. It's just a really well put together place, for sure. And those are the other people on the boat who didn't realize that they were going to be on our show.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, they're in public. Shipping containers.
Shipping containers. Me and John. Oh, let me go back here. I had another shot of this. I forgot to get the tight shot, but there's like a Chevron gas station out in the middle of the harbor.
Yes, with the snacks.
Or in the bay.
It's a food mart.
There's snacks too. And then there's the front of the boat.
Yes.
Then we went to Stanley Park, which was right near where we caught the boat. And we didn't get that deep into Stanley Park due to time reasons and stuff, but we went to the Rose Garden, which was lovely. And there's some more flowers. Stanley Park view. Okay, and then we went to Davie Street, where we had previously gotten the Donaire, and then we were looking for Poutine. So
I would say this is like the Hillcrest of Vancouver. Lots of restaurants.
Great food.
Great food.
Yeah, so this is the Poutine place we went to. Here's you guys in the place. You're wearing your Rush shirt.
For those that don't know, poutine is French fries with gravy and cheese curds.
And then, that's like the classic, and you can have other toppings
too. Mine had bacon, John's had hamburger, yours was just plain with cheese. And
I had the classic, and it was delicious. I was not disappointed
Very
at all.
good.
Yeah.
If we could get a place like this in San Diego, they would sell out every single day. Delicious. I can't believe there isn't a place like that in San
Here's
Diego.
Sunset Beach, which is near Davie Street. It's a lovely beach. Apparently you're not supposed to go in the water. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but you're not supposed to go in there. Sandy Beach.
Yes.
Oh, and there's you and John at the beach. And then I think this is the last shot that was a sunset. So hopefully that wasn't too boring for folks.
Hopefully not.
Thank you for sticking with us if you're still here.
Yes.
Now let's talk. Okay, so we talked about Canada Day. Let's do a little 4th of July recap.
Yes.
Here is the finale for the Big Bay Boom.
Nice.
There is desktop audio. I'll turn this on. This is not our video, so folks at home can hear it. We can't, but it looks quite spectacular.
Yes.
We could hear it, but we have to put these in.
There was a huge firework accident in Crescent City.
Oh, man, I heard about that. Yeah, so with some unofficial fireworks.
Yeah, some unofficial fireworks on the beach, and they went awry. 14 people were badly injured.
Well,
which hopefully doesn't lead to any more banning of fireworks.
Well, it sounds like folks weren't very careful. I'm not sure what they could have done to prevent that, but... All right, so that was the finale of the Big Bay Boom. There's also, I saw on Reddit, I think this is just a random person with their drone. And this is Mission Bay on 4th of July.
Mission Bay or Mission Beach?
Oh, Mission, that's a good question. What did it say? Mission Bay, yeah?
That's what
it says right here. You don't believe them?
Well, I don't know.
Well, let's look at the credits. Or not the credits, the comments. I don't see anyone yelling at them. Mission
Beach. I'm pretty sure that's Mission Beach.
All right. Well, the poster says Mission Bay, but it does look like Mission Beach.
Yes, it does. That's all right. They were sorry. A lot of people, man.
Yeah.
Crowded. Drone footage, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Looks like people were having a good time there for sure.
Lots of Costco, Tommy Bahama umbrellas and
Yeah, easy up tents
Yeah.
and whatnot. I personally don't really. I mean, not just me personally, but I think you'll agree that we generally don't get into the big 4th of July.
we don't really like crowd stuff too much.
The Canada Day thing was pretty good because the crowd was big, but it wasn't like intense.
Yes. Oh, I like this. There's one rule here on r/San Diego: no witch hunts.
What is that?
I think you're supposed. I don't know. I think it means you're not supposed to go after people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's talk about this weekend. What's coming? We talked about the past. Now let's talk about the future. So the San Diego Fair is this weekend, and Sunday. Well, it's been all over, but Sunday is the last day.
You performed at the fair yesterday, right?
Yes, my dance troupe and I performed at the fair. It was like the Coors stage or whatever, Moons of Mercury.
No video of that?
I don't know. There might be a video, but I haven't seen it yet. We had, live drummer, and anyway, we performed and it was good.
I had to work yesterday after several days off.
Well, you've already seen this piece a couple times, so that was
That's
okay.
true, too. I have seen the piece.
All right, so we've got until Sunday.
It's a lovely piece.
Thank you. I think we're done with it now. I think we're going to move on to something else. But
Putting it in a box.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Demolition Derby on Sunday.
Nice.
That's coming up. Yeah. If I had to pick one thing to go to, I've already been to the fair twice, so I'm good with the fair. But if I had to go back, I would go back for this Demolition Derby tomorrow at 5:30.
Sweet.
Now, I saw this article about lost and found items at the fair.
Oh, boy.
Nearly 600 left behind this year.
Yeah.
This lady, Gail Tompkins, has been working at the fair lost and found for 23 years.
I bet she's seen a lot of sunglasses.
Yeah. She said someone's brain x-ray was one of the most unusual items that she'd seen. I'm not sure why you'd bring that to the fair, but all right.
Maybe you were hoping to meet another doctor for a second opinion.
Okay, 103 cell phones, water, 40 sets of keys. Oh, that's rough. Lose your keys at the fair.
Ooh.
4 pairs of shoes, stroller, and an umbrella. I'm not sure who would bring an umbrella to the. I guess maybe for shade.
Can you imagine losing your key fob for your car at the fair?
Oh, you're hot and tired,
dude.
and
That
full
would
of cheese fries. And
That would be.
yeah, that would be too bad. All right, well, if you don't want to go to the fair, you can go to one of the 2 San Diego casinos that has been deemed most luxurious in California. Yeah, so casinos.com, comparing casinos in casinos in California. So number 7 was Pechanga in Temecula, and I don't know that I've ever been there.
I don't think we have.
Number 8 was Harrah's, that's in
We've been there, Valley Center.
Yeah, Valley Center. And out of all the Valley Center area casinos, I would say that's definitely the best one that I've enjoyed the most.
I believe we ate at Earl of Sandwich.
Yes, Earl of Sando. We've been there a few times.
Yeah.
So I just looked at the websites here, just comparing them quickly. All right, boy, this lady, she's just working there and she's having a good time. Ooh, that sushi looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go at Pechanga. It looks like they have a golf course. Oh, hole in one. Nice pool area.
It does look nice.
That looks relaxing. Okay, let's have a quick look at Harrah's. We've been there before. Do they have a video for us? Or is it just a picture of this guy? Oh no, this is probably why they're Pechanga's one ahead of Harrah's, and it's probably because
they don't have a video.
They don't have a video.
Yeah.
All right, well, we had a good time there, and we would go back again.
They should definitely put a video.
Get a video, yeah. Let's talk about the Miramar Reservoir, which is once again open to recreation.
Yes.
And I didn't even know it had been closed. I used to go to Miramar all the time. Haven't been for a while. Today, boats, canoes, kayaks, and float tubes will once again be allowed at the artificial lake. They just installed a mile-long pipeline for the Pure Water project.
Yes, a branched pipeline. Basically, this pipeline is bringing the pure water into the reservoir because the pure water is coming from recycled water leave it at that.
We were not going to say toilet to tap.
No, but the way the laws and regulations work, you can't serve consumers pure recycled water. So they're pumping it back into Miramar Reservoir and mixing it in with regular water. So we have, I think it's 1/3 pure water and 2/3 other water.
All right. Well, in related news, they're going to begin construction in Claremont of the pure water pipeline at a different spot. Now, I'm going to show you the map in a minute, but it's the intersection of Claremont Drive and Balboa Avenue. So Pure Water is a phased multi-year program that aims to provide almost half the local water supply by 2035. So they're going to start working at this place in Claremont, and they don't say how long they're going to be working on it.
A long time.
Yeah.
Based on my experience.
So we had to drive, that's what they were working on. Okay, so we had to drive to Claremont to bring our kids to school. And we don't have to do that anymore because John's graduated, he's going to college, and Alex is going somewhere different, so we're not doing that anymore. But this was like a huge problem. And we went to that school, this site, for like 3 years or something.
Yeah.
And this one spot on the road was torn up the whole time.
Genesee and 52.
Yeah, it took them, I don't know what they were doing, but I'm not sure why it took so long.
It was, they still aren't done.
I don't know when they'll be done. Anyway, so this new spot right here is Claremont and Balboa. So folks, if you live around here, you might want to sell your house now because there's going to be construction going on for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sell now.
Do you have anything else to say about the Pure Water project?
Call us to sell.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So we're talking about living at the mall.
Oh, God, I saw this.
And we already talked about how Fashion Valley is going to replace JCPenney with 800 apartments. Well, now the city council has okayed this to be happening at more other different places. And it wasn't specific, just sort of a general, thumbs up to large retail centers being used as residential.
It's a slippery slope. There's, I think they started by saying it has to be like 500,000 square feet or something like that. But basically, this paves the way for underutilized shopping spaces to be converted into residential very easily. And here in Carmel Mountain Ranch, we have a lot of commercial that may eventually become housing, which...
you seem to think that might become a headache, or...
Well, I'm not opposed to new housing, but God damn it, I mean, fix the transportation infrastructure first.
Oh, yeah. And after having just been in Seattle and Vancouver, where they have really, especially
Amazing
Vancouver, excellent
Yeah.
public transportation, we're building more housing. Well, we need transportation for the people.
Yes.
How will they get from one place to... I guess if you live at the mall, they're thinking you don't need to go anywhere, but I don't think that's
not
true. No.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Malls into houses.
Lovely.
Yes. All right. I only have one more item here, and this is sort of it's not San Diego, but this was at California Adventure, where 20 folks got stuck on the Incredicoaster. Now, that used to be California Screamin', right?
Oh, I guess so.
They renamed all the stuff at California Adventure, and I'm not too much up on Disney stuff, but I guess it's themed after a John? I was going to ask John. He was just there. But what is all this stuff?
Testing.
Is your microphone on?
I'm not sure. Testing. I think so.
All right.
Testing.
I don't know. Well, hopefully our microphones weren't off this whole time. That would be a shame. Anyway, they've renamed. I thought it was cool when they were named after California stuff. But I guess they're not named after California stuff anymore. And 20 people got stuck on this Incredicoaster. Are you all right with your microphone?
I think so. I'm not sure I'm not sure.
All right.
Hopefully it wasn't muted that whole time.
Well, hopefully we don't have to. Was it just muted?
But I pushed the button. I pushed the button to wake it up, but then I think I muted it for a second.
All right. Well,
hopefully it wasn't muted.
Hopefully we don't have to do
it
this
wasn't
again.
muted when we started. I know that.
Okay. People stuck on here for they don't say how long, but it was a while. Broke down 1:30 on Sunday. That would be hot too. That was a hot day. They gave them umbrellas to beat the heat, and Disney employees wearing safety harnesses helped people off the ride.
You wouldn't have had to help me off that thing because I never would have gotten on it.
Oh, look, this is filed under crime.
Crime?
I'm not sure why it's crime.
All right.
All right. Okay. Do you have anything? That's all I got for today. Do you have anything else to talk about? Or
No, I don't. I could tell the story of when I toured the pure water plant, but I think that'd be pretty boring.
people have probably already heard enough boring stories today.
Yeah. Well, that's the Saturday edition of TGIF Live.
All right. Well,
I hope you enjoyed it.
thanks for joining us.
Slides of our vacation. I hope my microphone wasn't muted the whole time. I don't think it was, but we'll see soon enough.
We'll find out.
All right.
All right, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.